Hey everybody, welcome back to BobkeTV. Time for a preview of the greatest one-day race on earth. Coming this Sunday, yes, it's time for Paris-Roubaix, the hell of the North, Enfer du Nord. Behind me is a photo of my own participation in the greatest one-day race on earth. That's the 1988 edition, surrounded by some of the luminaries of Paris-Roubaix. It was a race that I absolutely adore. That photo taken by Graham Watson, and Graham Watson actually published a book about the great race called, let me check, I have it right here, Paris-Roubaix, A Journey Through Hell. And I highly recommend it if you're a fan of the cobbles, the spring classics, Paris-Roubaix, or Graham Watson, beautiful photographs. And I'd like to read a quote from this book. The race is so powerfully eternal that we are carried back in time to the very first edition in 1896, each year that we see it. No matter what modern progress brings to the rest of life, Paris-Roubaix extracts the same measure of punishment to the riders and awe and delight to the fans as the very first editions of the race. We are immediately reconnected with our distant past and our ancestral struggles when we see the hardships the racers face with such resounding ferocity. There is most certainly no other bike race like Paris-Roubaix. That quote by yours truly, actually. And I couldn't have said it better myself. Absolutely brutal race, spectacular to watch. Year in and year out, it provides incredible thrills. And for the winners, for a lot, it's a once-in-a-lifetime accomplishment. It's the defining moments of their career, and having raced it a number of times and finished most of them, I can attest to how difficult it is to win. It is an absolutely stunning day of racing. I hope everybody gets a chance to watch it. You can see it on NBC with the Gold app starting at, I believe, around 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's when it starts in France, folks. Western time, I guess that's 1:30 in the morning. So if there's any chance I'll be watching the start, it will be coming in from Saturday night. But I will definitely be watching as many hours of it as I can. And we'll have taped the whole thing, so I'm going to be glued to the TV all day this coming Sunday. They've divided up the sectors, and there's 29 sectors of cobbles, and they're color coding them now from green up to black, black being the most difficult, which used to be a star system. And previously, and this year, it used to be 5 stars for the most difficult sectors, and now they'll be painted black. They won't be painted, they'll just be characterized as such. Mons en Pévele, Carrefour de l'Arbre, and the Trouée de Arenberg, the Arenberg Forest, and the Trench of Arenberg, all of them 5-star rated climb, rated cobble section. I remember a number of debilitating episodes after finishing Paris-Roubaix. One of the most marked is that for 2 or 3 days, could not fully close my hands to make a fist. You're so gripped to the bars for so many hours, and the cobbles are so rough that there is a little bit of arthritis, I guess it is, that sets in overnight. And it makes drinking a cup of coffee, which you need desperately, the few days thereafter, very difficult. Also, in the days before high-quality sunglasses, eye protection, there's a film of dust that collects on your eyes. And so for a couple days afterwards, your vision is very blurry. And that thankfully has cleared up. But the first time that happened to me was very, very nerve-wracking. The cobbles are what make it. The distance, they're calling for nice weather, and it's been a long time since we had a truly rainy, miserable, wet conditions in Paris-Roubaix. I keep hoping. But to be honest with you, when I was racing, I was praying for dry and much more mild conditions. Had a mixed bag, did one rainy edition and a number of other ones where it wasn't quite so bad. The first time I did it, 86, it actually snowed the night before. So a lot of the cobbles incredibly treacherous that year. Had never previewed the course. I think I told a story about this particular photo in a previous BobkeTV episode, so you can look that up. But it is the most beautiful, most glorious, most impressive one-day race in professional cycling, and to win that, you are an absolute legend for life. Which brings us to the man I think most likely to win on Sunday, who's won it 4 times in the past. That is Tom Boonen. Boonen racing very well. His team have been spectacular so far this year. 20+ wins already on the season. Brings a very potent squad. It's all for Bonneke. It's all for Tom. Tommeke in this edition. It's his last race as a professional after a long and incredibly illustrious career as a bike racer, including, as I mentioned before, a record-tying 4 wins along with Roger de Vlaminck, another Belgian rider. Belgians, by the way, have won by far the most editions of Paris-Roubaix, and Tom Boonen is my hot favorite for the win on Sunday. He will be challenged by Peter Sagan, Greg van Avermaet, John Degenkolb, Nicky Terpstra, Matt Hayman, last year's winner, and perhaps Oliver Naesen, the young Belgian professional on the AG2R squad, who's had a spectacular spring so far. And Naesen very clever to be on a French team, AG2R, that hasn't had a strong focus on the cobbled classics until he showed how strong he was. So, you know, just making the Quick Step squad, for example, or the Lotto Soudal squad, just making that team is an incredible amount of pressure and a great accomplishment for all of the Belgian cyclists. So Naesen's had a chance to develop in a program, AG2R, that doesn't have such a tremendous amount of media focus and attention for the Spring Classic. So he's been racing great this spring. He was in that crash with Sagan and Van Avermaet, chasing Philippe Gilbert just 1 week ago, which will be 1 week on Sunday, at the Ronde van Vlaanderen, and I think he had a great chance to be on the podium and maybe surprise some people, and who knows how it would have played out. Former winners, John Degenkolb, Nicky Terpstra, Matt Hayman, on the list of outsiders as far as I'm concerned. I think the podium will be Peter Sagan, Greg van Avermaet, and Tom Boonen, with Tom Boonen your winner. Paris-Roubaix always reveals some surprising rides by guys, and Matt Hayman is a perfect example of that. Not a big favorite going in last year, but was the winner, beat Ian Stannard and Tom Boonen in the sprint in the Roubaix Velodrome. And thinking about it, coming into the Roubaix Velodrome after all those hard miles on the cobbles, those are some of the best moments of my whole career. That's right up there with finishing on the Champs-Élysées in the Tour de France. And I hope everybody gets a chance to tune in to NBC Sports and enjoys Sunday's racing. It is the greatest one-day race on earth, and I will be glued to the telly throughout the proceedings. And obviously on the broom wagon, we'll have a full recap of Enfer du Nord, l'Enfer du Nord, the Hell of the North. Everybody, tighten down your bootstraps. It's time to boogie on the cobbles. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I want to appreciate everybody's very civilized comments on the comments section, and keep those coming. Who do you think is going to win? Did I forget anybody? Who else might be up there? If you'd like to subscribe, please click on my face. And if you'd like to order some merchandise, please hit the t-shirt button and thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot, everybody.